Hi folks, I'm Chris Shepherd and today I want to talk to you about this. This is my Speedlight studio in a suitcase. From time to time I do portrait shots and headshots in various places, mainly in central London, so rather than carry a car full of stuff I decided to trim everything I do down to this little suitcase, little roll-on suitcase full of stuff that will be ideal for what we need, and I thought I'd show you exactly what's inside and hope it's of interest to you. So what's in this kit? Well, what we have is basically, this is just a Samsonite, standard Samsonite suitcase, roll-on luggage type. I tried using camera bags and there's so much padding, even on the same outside shape, you can't actually get the critical bits in, which are the light stands. These just about fit. These are the Manfrotto 5001B nano stands. They just about fit in there, which is perfect. Next item is this. This is a stand for, or a holder for a triflector reflector. You can put the triflector in here and you can put a speedlight in there if you need to as well. That means you can use it just as a reflector, or with that opened up you can bounce the flash off there and it works much as like an umbrella really. Next up, probably the most critical bit, speedlights. 3 of. I use 3 speedlights because one goes on the top of the camera to signal to the other 2 that they will flash. You could use wireless flash instead, which might save a little bit of weight and a little bit of space, but the advantage of having a flash on top of the camera is you might be able to add some extra fill-in light by bouncing it off a wall or stuff like that. It just gives you an extra option, worth investing. Then over here we have, of course, the camera. This is wrapped in a neoprene wrap, like so. In with the camera we've got spare cards and spare batteries. Lots of spare batteries on jobs like this. Last thing you want is problems with batteries running out and not being able to charge them. So that goes in there. And talking of batteries, got some spare batteries for the speedlights, full set, 3 speedlights. That should be enough. Normally use the Envelope Pros, but the Energizers are a cheap alternative and I can use them for anything should I need to. They're going down the side there. Then we have another little bag of goodies. It's this one. This is a Think Tank lens changer, repurposed for this. And this is just a cheap multi-tool that I occasionally need to use for tightening screws up and things like that. In here goes 2 of these. These are tiny little ball heads, handy for sticking a flash unit on with a cold shoe on top. like that. That's with a Frio cold chew on the top, and there's a spare cold chew just in case I need one. Don't take up a lot of space, so you might as well have those. Usually use those for backlighting, stuff like that, and a couple of umbrella brackets as well, so it's on top of the stands I can move the lights about. They go in there with possibly the most critical bit, because it will all fall apart if you don't remember these, and that is lighting studs. Yeah, off eBay, whole set of different sizes, different shapes, male, female. Just take them all, that way you've got all the options, and they're so easy to lose, you might as well keep them all together in one place. That's the way I look at it anyway. They go in this bag gets done up. Try to keep everything delicate wrapped up, because as you're banging them up and down stairs and things like that, they might get damaged. Get in there. Then two unusual bits. One is duct tape. We use the duct tape for all sorts of things, like I've known it to tape speedlights in place, stuff like that. And there's nothing you can't fix with duct tape. But the main thing I use it for is marking out on the floor where people should stand. And that goes in or out. Go and get that in a sec. And this is a set of fold-up steps, which I use to give me some height over tall people. It does help when you've got corporate portraits to look down on people. Usually looks a little bit more impressive. So that goes in there. I'll grab the tape. My microphone lead will let me. And the final thing that goes in the case cover is this. This is a Speedlight triflector. Folds out like that. You've got gold, silver, diffuser, and two covers for black as well and white. So it gives you all the options. I think this is the Joe McNally set, I think it was labelled as, but there's the gold and black as well. That all goes neatly in the cover of the suitcase like that. And the whole thing zips up. Depending on how well you've packed it, it'll all go in neatly. And then there it is, your suitcase studio. One thing that I haven't been able to find is a softbox that fits inside the suitcase. So what I do use instead is this. This is a Manfrotto square softbox. The nice thing about this is it doesn't weigh anything, but it fits happily on the top of the where the handle goes on top of the suitcase. But it's a nice loose bag. Most bags you get for stuff are pretty tight to fit them. This one is pretty loose, and so it means what you can fit in there is one of these. This is a Speedlight hot rod octobox. Maybe a bit of a pig to put together. Not something you can throw together in a hurry. A bit of an art to it, but it doesn't take up that much space. Shame, still just a bit too long for the insides of the suitcase. Otherwise that would be perfect. But I usually just drop this inside the bag of the square softbox, and that gives me a choice of two different shaped softboxes if I fancy them, if I'm not sure what it is I'm actually going to shoot. These days normally I just stick with a square softbox because it's easier to move around. And this is how it all goes together. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, subscribe to the channel and leave a comment. I love your comments, even if it's just that the music was rubbish. Always makes me smile when I hear about that. And I'll leave you with some of the shots that I got using this equipment. Thank you very much. We don't need a dog in it. Got it in there.